Hello everyone, and welcome to this brand new video where we will explore one of the true intriguing stories of the Exorcist together. This spooky tale unfolds in Washington, the vibrant capital of the United States. Back in 1949, within a quaint neighborhood close to the iconic White House, a bizarre incident began to transpire. Horrendous, blood-curdling screams were heard with increasing frequency, always emanating from the same eerie house. The homeowners explained it was their son, attributing it to severe fits. However, these disturbing events continued to happen with alarming regularity, and what was thought to be purely a family matter soon spiraled into something much more sinister. They will be forced to admit that it is a phenomenon that they cannot explain. To them it would seem that there is a presence revolving around their son and that they would torment him. Yet this family was reputed to be very friendly and never made history in the neighborhood. Many neighbors will then mobilize to try to help them, but unfortunately this will not give anything. On the other hand, during this investigation, some neighbors will testify and say they have seen objects moving on their own. Many claim that they saw the bed move around the room when there was only the little boy and that he would not have had the strength to move it on his own. Yet another to you and they are sure of is the little boy who moves things, but they don't really know how. Some even report that the little boy managed to levitate objects just by looking at them. And faced with these increasingly worrying manifestations, many will push parents to ask them for help from a pastor. After some time, the parents will end up accepting because they cannot manage this phenomenon. The pastor, who is very skeptical at the base, will propose to keep the boy at home for several days to see if the phenomena also happen and if he manages to do something, and from the first day. The pastor will report having lived a hell. He heard screams coming from nowhere, objects move by themselves, and he is certain the phenomenon is related to the boy, but he can't explain it either. Suddenly, he will explain to them that it would be better for them to go to a nearby church because he has no solution. And after several interviews with a new pastor, he will also go to the house. He will be able to observe paranormal phenomena. For this new pastor, it is certain this is a real case of diabolical possession or demonic possession, and for him, it is important to practice an exorcism rhythm on the boy. If they have no choice and will accept during this exorcism, they will tie the boy to the bed and sprinkle him with blessing. Then the pastor will begin to recite different passages from the Bible to drive out the demon that possessed the boy's body. This ritual will last several weeks and several newspapers will mention it. This story will attract many curious people, and to avoid that it is too publicized and that everyone can come and see the priest or ask him questions. The church will find them the idea of giving a wrong address, so that people in fact they were going to a neighboring town never really found the house in this way. They would have managed to protect the child and prevent false rumors from spreading. On the other hand, there are still many who will investigate this story. And for the people of the neighborhood, when the film The Exorcist was released in 1973, they were convinced that this film would indeed tell the story of this little boy who had been possessed by the devil. For them, the fact that in the film it's a little girl and not a little boy would also be there to protect the family that lived through the original story, and most of the elements that would have been lived through in this film would have really been lived in this family, traumatized by this story. The family remained anonymous for many years, and the little boy never told this story in his entire life for over 40 years. This is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not hesitate to tell me in the comments, and if you have other topics like that, you will choose them in my next videos. If you're interested in limiting people, you can find plenty of episodes on my channel. You can also like, share, and subscribe, but we'll see you in the next video. It's Take Coinfire. Peace out.